Morgan here is our resident barbecue expert. So I was pretty surprised when she said she wanted to show us how to make indoor barbecued ribs, because most barbecue fanatics that I know really look down upon indoor barbecue because it's not the real thing. But here you are supporting the idea.
Yeah, well, and I'll be honest, like, to some people saying this is real barbecue, you may have some fighting words there. But I feel like it's so important to be able to cook ribs all year round. So here I have 2 racks of St. Louis style ribs. They're 2.5 pounds each. And I'm gonna cut these in half so I can brine them. If you try to do it this way, you're giving yourself more problems, so I'm just gonna flip them over. Then you can see easily where the ribs fall, and you can just cut right in between them. All right, so we're just gonna set those aside for a second. So here I have 3 quarts of water. To this, I'm gonna add 3/4 of a cup of kosher salt. I'm using Diamond Crystal kosher salt. It's a bigger grain size than Morton's, so if you're gonna use Morton's kosher salt, you wanna use a different measurement, and those instructions are on our website.
Great.
And then I've got 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and another nuanced ingredient is liquid smoke. I have a whole 1/4 of a cup here. This is another thing that I feel like some people have very strong opinions on. It's a very powerful ingredient, and it smells aggressive, and if you're not used to using it, I think it can freak people out a little bit. It was invented, a pharmacist, he actually saw smoke hit cold air and then turn into water droplets, and then he decided to bottle it. And so that's how it's still made today, like the good quality ones. It's really natural. It's really just like taking smoke and condensing it. You don't want to use a ton, but in this brine, it's going to add some nice smoky flavor to these ribs, and with 3 quarts of water, it can handle 1/4 of a cup of smoke. So I'm just going to press these down and make sure they're submerged. I'm going to cover with plastic, and then I'm going to pop this in the fridge for anywhere between 1 and 4 hours. You don't want to go that long because that liquid smoke is so powerful, it can kind of take over, so just 1 to 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so I pulled these out of the brine. I do want to pat them really nice and dry. I have them on paper towels, but I'm actually going to just give them a nice pat on top too to get rid of any extra moisture. So I do want to make a nice spice rub for these.
Okay.
So here I have 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt, and I have 2 tablespoons of pepper, a tablespoon of granulated garlic, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. So I'm just going to get this all nice and incorporated. All right, so I am going to sprinkle both sides of these with this. Let me get them over here. And I always like to season from up high, especially when you're using this amount of a spice rub. I want them nice and covered. So I'm going to cook these in a 275-degree oven. If you think about a smoker, that's often where it's at. It's right around 275 degrees. And I'm going to let go for 2.5 hours to start. I'm just doing the middle rack.
Okay, not covered or anything.
Not covered or anything.
All right.
Now, while those start, I am going to make a barbecue sauce. I have 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, heating over medium heat. I'm just going to let it get shimmering.
So what kind of barbecue sauce are you making?
So I'm going Kansas City style. It's pretty neutral. It's like what a lot of people think of as like bottled barbecue sauce. So I'm doing something pretty all-purpose. But you could play with this. Like you could do different barbecue sauces here. But this one's like a good straight down the fairway barbecue sauce.
All-purpose.
All-purpose barbecue sauce. And to this, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of finely chopped onion. I'm just going to let this go until it's a little softened. It'll take about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so these are nice and soft. So we've got a pretty standard barbecue sauce components here. I've got 1 cup of ketchup, 1/2 cup of cider vinegar. Of course, we want some tang on these. 1/4 cup of brown sugar, so it's going to be a little sweet. I feel like when you get Kansas City style barbecue sauces, some of the bottled ones are a little too sweet.
Agreed.
I've had barbecue sauce in Kansas City. It's a little more tempered. So this is a little bit more tempered in its sugar, but it's on the sweet side. Got 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire. I've got 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Got 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke.
Aha.
Yeah, and double dose of this liquid smoke. This is often in barbecue sauce too. Like if you try a lot of barbecue sauce, often you get a little liquid smoke.
Yep.
And 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And I'm just going to bring these to a simmer. I'm going to let it go just until it thickens. It'll only take about 4 minutes.
Okay. Love what you're watching? Take your cooking to the next level with our Essential membership. Get instant access to thousands of recipes, tips, techniques, product reviews, and step-by-step videos. Our Members app allows you to search by ingredient, set dietary preferences, and save your favorite recipes. For those looking to level up, our newest feature, ATK Classes, offers more in-depth instruction led by ATK experts, so you can gain greater confidence in the kitchen. Start your free trial by visiting the App Store or going to americastestkitchen.com/YouTube today. They don't look done yet.
They're not done yet, but they smell great. All right. And they don't look bad, but they're not done yet. So I'm going to take 1/4 cup of the sauce and just brush it right on top. Get them nice and lacquered.
So just a little bit of glaze.
Just a little bit of glaze. Well, our base tan is set. These are looking great. So I'm gonna pop these back in the oven. It's gonna take anywhere between 2 and 2.5 hours. Same oven, 275 degrees again, middle rack.
And you didn't flip them over or anything. Once they're on the tray, you just leave them there.
Yeah, it's really chill.
All right, they should look good. Oh, they don't look good. They look great.
You know, I promise good ribs. I know my way around a pig.
You are not fooling around. That's incredible.
Yeah, so let's check them. So I just want them to be fork tender. There's a lot of thoughts in the barbecue world about what a good rib should be like. And I don't think it actually should quite fall off the bone. It should just be really tender and be like shreddy, but still have some texture.
A little toothy tug.
A little toothy tug. So I'm just gonna go in with a fork and just do a little like, oh yeah. It's nice and tender, but there's just the tiniest bit of resistance, but it's so nice. It's gonna be some good eating.
They look beautiful.
And they're gonna look a touch more beautiful because I'm gonna do another 1/4 cup of sauce just on them while they rest. Yeah, and this is just like, I feel like that first round of sauce is really like giving that crust, giving a nice spark, adding a little more flavor.
Yep.
This is where you start getting into the wet ribs. It's gonna add a little sheen, a tiny bit of like sauciness and, you know, the right kind of messiness. And I'm just gonna temp these with foil. I'm just gonna let them rest about 30 minutes. Now it is really important to let ribs rest. It does make them nice and juicy. Like we put in all that love. Let's give them the last little bit to get them through. 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, they've rested 30 minutes. Time for us to jump in.
They are lookers.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna slice them up. I'm gonna use the bones as my guide. This is like messy work, but someone's gotta do it.
It's the best kind of messy work.
The best kind of messy work. Oh yeah. I kind of love this. Like you can start to see like the bark and the meat.
These smell so good.
This is the kind of recipe that I'm so excited to like give to my family. It's the kind of thing that they'd make for sporting events and tailgating and things like that. And it's so easy and it feels special.
Oh, look at this pile of ribs.
But now is like the real moment of truth.
Yeah, I gotta push up my sleeves here.
Oh yeah, this is like, you know, get ready. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pile you up a little bit.
If I hadn't seen you make them, I would have guessed that these were done on the grill because they're that beautiful.
Let me give you a little sauce on the side here.
All right.
I want to put it on the ribs because I want you to try the ribs plain.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going in just for one rib.
All right, me too.
They have the perfect texture. Like you said, they're not falling off the bone, but they are so juicy and tender. For full episodes of your favorite cooking shows, head over to ATK's Full Episodes channel on YouTube. You can stream complete seasons of America's Test Kitchen, Cook's Country, and more. See you there.